So now we are for the fourth round of your series. Uh, Once again, welcome to all of you. So this one is based on tourism and history, the eighth lesson of your textbook. Let's go for it. The pattern is as usual. There is no change at all. The very first question, choose the correct alternative and write the complete statement. The question was dash traveler who created world map and globe of the earth. The given options are Vishnu Bhatt, Ibn Battuta, Marco Polo, and Gerardus Mercator. The correct answer is Gerardus Mercator. Okay? He was the traveler who created world map and the globe of the earth at first. The question number two of fill in the blanks dash organized a trip by railway from Leicester to Loughborough for about 600 people. The answer is given options are Marco Polo, Thomas Cook, Vishnu Bhatt, and none. The correct answer is Thomas Cook. Then again, identify the wrong pair. Here the few pairs are given. Village of Books. Yes, of course, it is known as village in Maharashtra. Hai. Pilgrim Place, Panchgani, then Heritage Walk, Ahmedabad, and Sanctuary, Tadoba. Tadoba is a sanctuary, Heritage Walk. Yes, it is in Ahmedabad. But this one is not. Panchgani is not a pilgrim center. So that's why this is the wrong pair. And as you were expected only to identify the wrong pair, not to correct it. Then after complete the given concept chart, Maharashtra tourism, few centers are given, few options are given here. Rock cut caves in Maharashtra, Ajanta is one of the famous one, Ellora, Verul. So you were expected to write any one. Okay, so of course Ajanta and Ellora, it is just in your in everyone's mind. So Ajanta Ellora, then after a pilgrim center में Pandharpur is a pilgrim center, or you can also write the religious center. A few ठीक है, or some of you even write for the temple, but this the correct word is pilgrim center. Hill station, Mahabaleshwar, Matheran, few many others are there in Maharashtra. They all were we expected, but whatever it mentioned in the book, Mahabaleshwar, Matheran, these are the important one. Dams, Jayakwadi, Koinanagar, etc. Then come to the next question, the write short notes. This question can be asked in a different way, like explain the following concept. The question was tradition of traveling. The point, the relevant point that we are expecting for this question, he, you are expected to give the instances as well. How can you say that there is the long tradition of traveling in our country? So the very first question, point, the tradition of traveling is quite old in India. People used to travel for various reasons like pilgrimage, one of the most important and common reason in our country for the traveling, going to local fairs and festivals for various purpose, in search of the renowned teacher. This used to be one of the way for the traveling, one of the cause for the traveling, and good education for trade. In brief, for from ancient time, people took to traveling for various region. So these were the various region right from the beginning, from the ancient time, people do travel. Few examples are given like what Buddhist monks were ordained not to stay at one place. So it was a kind of prescribed condition for the Buddhist monk that they need to travel and they need to spread the ideas of Lord Buddha. So they just to stay only the 4 month of the year, that was the monsoon season. Otherwise, for the entire year, they do travel from one place to another place, region, spreading the ideas of Lord Buddha. So, but keep traveling continuously to various places. In the similar way, the Jain monks used to be there. Sadhus also used to travel constantly. These are the few examples from the other part of world. Yuan Song, the Chinese monk, traveled to India in 630 CE. In the medieval period, Saint Namdev, Eknath, Guru Nanak, Ramdas Swami traveled extensively in India. So this shows the tradition of the traveling in our country. After that, agrotourism. Agrotourism, as it is mentioned in your book, only those points are written here, and that will be enough one. Agrotourism, which is also known as agritourism, is rapidly developing, especially meant for the urban population, which has very little exposure to rural life and agriculture. So the concept behind the development of the agrotourism, nowadays majority of coming जो generation है, they are the urban dwellers. They are not very much familiar with the rural life, agricultural life. Whatever is their source of knowledge, it is coming through the books or through the other media. So agrotourism, this is the one of the way to let the people or the coming generation the practical knowledge of the rural life and the agriculture, and at the same time it's to connect the tradition of India. Now, Indian farmers are also visiting faraway places like agricultural research centers, agriculture universities, countries like Israel, where the experimentation in advanced technology of agriculture is carried out. So these are the points. Then another question, explain the statement with region anyone. It is important to take primary precaution in order to preserve the historical heritage site. So historical heritage sites, since they are the heritage, and you know that heritage or any kind of historical heritage site, they are actually the identity of the nation. And that's why, okay, it is important to take a few primary precautions in order to preserve the historical heritage site. It is essential that few things should be avoided at any instances. Like what? For example, vandalizing or defacing the heritage monuments and site. It should not be defaced. It should not be vandalized in any way. Then after that, in order to avoid it, everybody should refrain from activities like writing on wall. This is very common that we find at the heritage sites, or especially the at historical monuments, or carving on trees, paint ancient monuments in garish color. Lack of good amenities in the precincts of the heritage sites causes filthiness. It is very essential for the tourists that pamphlet, guides, and history books about a tourist site be available in their own languages, and such literature should be made available in various languages. In that way, this will promote the tourism sector of the country, and at the same time there will be a kind of good identity of our country in front of the other part of world. Now, the second question was, people from Western countries or foreigners are attracted to India. What are the reason behind that? So what exactly India is that attract the people around the world? So there are the various things. Naturally, that must be the unique of India. So nowadays it has become easier to travel because of the easy availability of number of options. No doubt about that. The way the means of transportation has been developed, it has brought the world closer. An entire world is actually a village, a global village, you can say. So railways, marine transport has linked the coastal regions. Aviation has brought the entire world closer. So this all actually promoted the idea of the traveling at a greater extent. People from the Western countries find the health services and facilities in India comparatively cheaper and at a good standard. This is another one in compared to the Europeans and American nations. Yes, we have the health services. They are the of high grade quality, and most importantly, they are at very affordable prices. Hence, many foreigners prefer to come to India to avail the medical facilities and health services. This is common one. India is a tropical country where ample sunlight is available throughout the year, and this attracts tourists from countries with cold climate. This is another one, because throughout the year they just experience a kind of coldness, and just to enjoy the warmth, they do come in India. Availability of the facilities of yoga, which is unique to India. You know that this has been originated from our country, and this has a great value for the physical fitness. And therapies based on Ayurveda is one more reason to come to India, to visit India. Now, last question, answer in brief. Anyone, in what way tourism became a major source of livelihood for local people? So, how the tourism can generate the income, especially for the local people? So, this is one of the example that is given from the state of Maharashtra. From that, you can guess or you can understand how it can be benefited for the people who actually involved to the tourism sector. Number one, Mahabaleshwar and Panchgani are hill stations. Thousands of tourists arrive here, and these tourists are accompanied by guides who provide relevant information on the sightseeing tour. So, in that way, the local people, they get employed, This is the way to generate the income. Number two, at some places photographers are present too. You know that you might have visited at many places jahan pe local photographers used to be there, and they just moment at the moment they click for you, and that's a kind of memory to click nice snaps for the tourists. Horse keepers provide horses for horse rides and horse cart rides. This is another way to earn earning. It is the local people who are engaged in these activities, and they can earn good money for their services. In short, tourism became a major source of their livelihood. Along with that, you can add few more examples of your own side. That should be relevant one. Now, the last one, what are the crucial issues in the development of tourism? So what important, in what way it can be developed at a good level? What are the important things that should be mentioned and that should be notified? Number one, the crucial issues in the development of tourism is providing proper guidance to national and international tourists. Number one, because we are unknown, the tourists they are actually unknown to that place, and proper guidance, proper information, and a kind of friendly atmosphere will force them to bring them another time, next time. About various aspect of actual travel, proper social conduct during the tour and during their stay at the destination of places. This is very important. The kind of hospitality played an important role to bring the tourist what once again in that region. Giving priority to ensure safe transport and security facilities for the tourists, amenities of the reasonably good standard, availability of good accommodation, good washroom facilities on the travel routes is of the great significance in promoting tourism. It is also very important to pay special attention to the special needs of the handicapped tourists if they do arrive. So there should be the special provision, and they should not face any kind of difficulties, or they should not be alienated. One, it is important to take a few primary precautions in order to preserve the historical heritage sites, especially because they are the identity of the nation. They must be preserved. It is essential that the few things should be avoided at any instances that we discussed earlier, like vandalizing or defacing the heritage monuments and sites. In order to avoid it, everybody should refrain from activities like writing on walls, carving on trees, paint ancient monuments in garish colors, lack of good amenities in the precincts of the heritage sites causes filthiness. So these are the important one. I hope you will take advantage of this very short interaction, and this will help certainly help you in your board examination. Thank you. Thanks a lot.